All right, welcome back, viewers. We are talking about Bangladeshi cricketer Tamim Iqbal and the heart attack scare that he's had. And joining us, of course, are a panel of experts here. Ritika Sharma, Dr. Sameer Pagad, and Nikhil Chandwani continue to be on the broadcast with us. Dr. Sameer, we were talking about the genetic angle of this. And again, I don't want to spread panic on the broadcast here by claiming that every single person who has a family history of heart attacks is definitely bound to get a heart attack. But in percentage terms, Dr. Sameer, if you can help us understand what's the probability of a person with an immediate family member having a heart attack, what's the probability of that person also having a similar case in the future?
I'll explain firstly the genetic preponderance of a heart attack. Now, when you say that there is a family history of heart disease, it doesn't mean that anyone who has had a heart attack in your family will mean that you will also get a heart attack. We always talk about family history of premature coronary artery disease. So if somebody has got a heart attack at a young age, then that constitutes as a significant family history. If your father or grandfather has had a heart attack at the age of 70, that would not cause as a significant family history. Whereas if your family member has had a heart attack within the 50s, then that constitutes a significant family history. So when you have a young person having a heart attack or dying of a heart attack in your family, then those people need to be particularly careful. The percentage chances, there is no one figure where if your family member has had a heart attack, you will also get a heart attack. But it is very prudent that you become cautious, you test yourself more vigorously, you try and compensate your genetic preponderance by leading a much more healthy lifestyle, by being more conscious about your nutritional intent or your content. All of these modifiable risk factors should be modified even more aggressively in these patients.
Right. So clearly, there are risk factors that have to be identified. And of course, it is very important to be proactive, especially if you have an immediate family member with such history. And like Dr. Sameer said, it does not mean 100% chance of a heart attack. But again, it is better to be watchful. And Nikhil, the reality is that it's better to be watchful regardless of whether you have a family history or not. And the problem is the chances of a heart attack or any sort of a disease rise up even more, like you rightly pointed out, looking at all those crash diets and every other sort of fad that you see on social media. I mean, you see all of those diet charts and all of those tricks and tips to enhance muscles and body on social media. The reality is one size doesn't fit all. Everyone has one or the other underlying health related issue, and a particular type of a regime might suit someone else but could actually trigger some sort of a disease in you. So how do you actually keep a check on all of this, especially given the fact that in this social media driven world, influencers are almost like the new age doctors?
Absolutely, and this is where the society is collapsing. After COVID, a lot of people, they are spending their time scrolling their Instagram feeds for 3 to 4 hours a day. Till 2 a.m., people are just scrolling helplessly, and they are just trying to consume content. And on social media, get rich quickly schemes are everywhere. Get fit quickly, get rich quickly, get bulked up quickly, and these people are falling for these schemes. And that is why the health has gone for a toss. People are not taking their sleep seriously, and they're not sleeping 8 hours a day, 7 hours a day, because they are busy scrolling their Instagram feeds. And there needs to be a regulation which needs to be brought up, because this is an addiction that nobody talks about. Social media is seemingly more addictive than smoking and drinking. And I'm seeing a lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues, wherever I go for lectures, everybody is just busy on their phones. And this is something COVID has given us. Post-COVID world is right now, it's very difficult to see. And yeah, people need to realize that, and there needs to be some regulation. And self-regulation is again extremely important. People need to self-regulate. They need to limit their time on social media. They need to stop popping the supplements and the protein powders,
Absolutely.
which everybody is selling.
Absolutely. Nikhil, just a minute left on the broadcast. Ritika ji, if you quickly want to come in and any tips that you have for all the viewers watching right now, any particular fruits or some sort of a food that could, enhance heart health?
There is no such magic fruit or magic diet that can increase your heart health. But yes, a proper diet, having meals at every 2 hours, keeping your optimal water intake throughout the day, be hydrated, listen to your body signs, listen to what your body is saying. Go for a walk, do a little bit of exercises. Don't stay stagnant. Don't sit idle for long hours. Take in between breaks. Do breathing techniques to improve your lungs, improve your heart, improve your muscles and your cells, and just listen to your body signs.
Absolutely. Ritika ji, really appreciate you joining us on the broadcast there. Ritika Sharma, Dr. Sameer Pagad and Nikhil Chandwani, really appreciate you joining us on the broadcast and of course sharing your insights. And again, at the end of the day, I think the bottom line here is that just because a person looks fit doesn't mean he's healthy. There's much more to fitness than just working out and having some sort of a physical exercise. And particularly, you need to be more watchful, like Dr. Sameer said, if you have a family history of a heart disease. And with that,